Alina, let's... Great, thank you so much. So everyone, welcome to our Monday seminar, where we share different research on network analysis and also some experience that we have with network analysis. And sometimes we discuss some methodological issues which happen during our implementation of our research. But today is a bit special seminar because me and my colleagues would like to share the experience of going to international conference on European social network analysis. This conference was held in the beginning of September, from September 4 until September 8. And now we are back. We returned back very soon to our responsibilities at work, but we still think that it is important to share the results of our trip and also to share the experience and how we liked it and so on and so forth. So that's why we are here, and we would like to share the main takeaways that we took from the conference. But first, I wanted to say some words about the conference and network analysis in general, because I think that really it's important if we are interested in network analysis. It's really important to be involved into the community of people who are working in the same field. And actually, the creation of International Association for Social Network Analysis, which is called INSNA. You see its abbreviation, and you can find the link to its website. Actually, the creation of the community of the association was kind of first thing which happened on the way of the institutionalization of this field. So it was really important to organize such a community and such association. And of course, this association needed to have some meetings, first thing, and also to somehow share the results of these meetings and the results of the work which is done by the people who are inside this association. So that's why the first conferences were held in 1990, and also the first journals appeared. The first journal was Connection, and another journal is Social Networks, which is now the leading journal in the field of social network analysis. I mean that from the very beginning of the discipline, it was really important for its member to connect and to meet together. And according to Linton Freeman, I guess you know this name, and he was the leading, unfortunately, he was the leading scientist in the field of network analysis and one of the founding fathers of this discipline. And also he was the first editor of Social Networks journal. He regarded the creation of association and the organization of first conferences as something which was really very important in a way that the field of network analysis was established. Because before this, it was just there were different groups of scientists who were working and not connected to each other, and they didn't know about the developments of each other. So this is really something which created the field. So I think that, of course, for people who are working in network analysis, it's really important to create their own networks, right? And here we have a link to the INSNA, to the list of all Sunbelts. So Sunbelt is the first conference which was held by INSNA. And so this is the list of all the conferences which were held so far. And you see that the first conference was held in 1981. And if you look at the program, actually, it would be pretty, let's say, nice to see that actually there were just several presentations yeah, you see that there are not so many presenters who were there. And it means that the community was really very small. But of course, since that time, a lot of things developed, and now at our conferences, we have a huge amount of presentations, more than 1,000 of presentations, and a lot of sessions going in the same way. And so now it grow up, of course. And if you're interested in the history of formation of network analysis, so you can just go through these programs and to see how the field was developing. And also you can even find the abstracts of some presentations. And yeah, you see that it was 38th conference in Portland. And yeah, soon we are going to have another conference, another Sunbelt, which will be held in Edinburgh. And yeah, so this is the conference of the conferences for us. And of course, during the development of the community of network analysis, there were some groups of researchers who also wanted to conduct their let's say geographical conferences. So the idea of Sunbelt is that it is held every year, 1 year at the at the European part, and another year in the American part. And definitely it should be held somewhere close to the sea, so that the people who are going to the conference also can go and breathe this nice smell of the sea. But actually, it's interesting that the first founding fathers of the conferences, they were really saying that usually when they held in these conferences, they would go surfing part of the day, and then they would come back to the hotel where the conference is held, and just continue to discuss the issues. So it was very let's say social conference from the very beginning. And since 2017 the conference is also held in Asian part of the world. So now 1 year it is conducted in Europe, then in United States, and then in Asia. So last time it was held in Australia, and this year it was held in United States. And then after this, so Sunbelt is this huge conference, and then there were some local conferences. Yeah, some local conferences appeared. So, for example, here you can see that there is even Australian Social Network Analysis Conference, and some you can find in this website. Yes, and North American Social Network Conference. And one of them is actually European Conference on Social Networks, which is called EUSN. And this is held once in 2 years. And you can see that first time it was held in 2014 in Barcelona, and then Paris, Mainz, Zurich, Naples, London, and this year. So it's yeah. So it was held once in 2 years, but then 2021, 22, and 23, it is held actually every year. So sorry, my mistake. And this time, the 7th European Conference on Social Networks was held in Ljubljana in Slovenia. And we were so lucky to go to this conference. And actually, so this is what we are going to talk about today. So as I said, it was held from 4th to 8th September, and it was organized on the base, it was organized by the University of Ljubljana, but more precisely the Faculty of Social Sciences. And more precisely, it was organized by our very good colleagues and our partners from the group of our scientific advisors. So our scientific advisors of our laboratory, Anushka Ferligo and Vladimir Batagel, they're working for a long time in the field of social network analysis, and of course they have their group and the Center for Methodology and Social Informatics, and the conference was organized by this center. So this is amazing. So we were we were very close to the organizers in the sense that we really knew them. And we even somehow helped them when there were some issues with when there were some organizational issues. And it was really a very, very good experience. So we went to the conference by, so our trip was organized by the funds that we got during our, we got with our project. So there is a special funds which are devoted to this mobility, so that we can organize some conferences. We can organize some conferences, and we can also go. We can organize some trips to the conferences. And we were so lucky, so that all of us from the lab who sent their abstracts for registration, we all were accepted. Some presentations were accepted for the oral talk, and some were accepted for poster session. And so it was really nice that all of us, almost all of us, actually managed to go to Slovenia. Yeah, of course, there were a lot of issues on the way, and we had to get visas, and we really had to organize it. So now it became a little bit more complicated than before, but yeah, we are very happy that we managed. And you can see on the slide 2 pictures, like first impressions that you get when you come to Slovenia. So I feel Slovenia, I feel love with Slovenia. So it's actually a very lovely country, and also a very nice city. And probably some of you knows that I was visiting Ljubljana several times already, because I was going there to internship. And I really felt in love with the city, and I was really, personally, I was really happy that my colleagues are able also to fell in love with this country as well. And on the right side, you can see the welcome reception actually on the conference. So it was the official opening of the conference, and it was really funny. The organizers invited the musician who was singing songs about, so it was in English, and he was playing music, and he was singing the songs about like some facts about Slovenia, so that the idea was that you will know some stories, and you then will be able to you will have the content to ask some questions from the organizers and from the people whom you will meet here. And it was a little bit unexpected, I would say. And the organizers were, the main organizer was Luka Kroniger. I think that some of you, I mean, not those people who are from the lab, but some our guests managed, I guess you managed to meet him during some seminars. And for example, he had his talk during our scientific seminar this summer. And he is really a very good colleague of ours, and sometimes he is also providing part of the courses in network analysis in our MASNA program as well. And so him and Marian Zugmas, I guess that you also heard his name already for several times. Also, he was a kind of co-organizer, and they really made a great job, and we were congratulating them with this good conference. Yeah, so talking about those who were participating in the conference. So of course, the main participants with whom we have affiliation as the lab, Anushka Ferligo and Vladimir Petagel. So Anushka, she was actually the dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences for quite a long time. And she was the first woman who was a dean. And so actually she's very, very well known in the field of social sciences in Slovenia, and she and but both of our advisors, Anushka and Vladimir Petagel, they are mathematicians, but so Anushka is more oriented towards social sciences because she is affiliated with the Faculty of Social Sciences, and Vlado is still affiliated with the Faculty of Physics and Mathematics. So they have a little bit different paths, but both of them are working in the same field of network analysis, and more precisely in the field of network clustering and block modeling. And of course, during this time, they organized kind of scientific school around them. And at the opening of the conference, our Anushka was, she was talking about those with whom they managed to work during this time. So she started with the beginning of 1980s, and then she was slowly going further, and she was saying, and then we started working with Patrick Dorian in the University of Pittsburgh, and then with someone else. Yeah, and actually a nice fact that we all noticed, and we were really happy to hear this, is that Anushka said that she and Vladimir, Anushka and Vladimir were and are working with High School of Economics, with our laboratory for some time. And I think that it was really important to hear during these times, you know what I mean. And it was really a very nice feeling that we are also considered as a part of the group. So I think it's really very, very important for us, and we should really consider it as a very important issue. So Anushka was opening the conference, and then there were actually many sessions, 9 sessions at the same time, and we presented different talks during these sessions. And of course, there was a session devoted to block modeling, community detection, and network partitioning. And Vladimir Batakel was presenting the talk course in multi-way networks. So also those of you who managed to visit our scientific seminar during the summer, you kind of know what is meant by multi-way networks. And this is the topic which Vlada is developing right now. So it is seen that he is very much involved into this topic, and every time at the conferences he is presenting something new. And I guess this is a kind of generalization of this 2-mode to 3-mode networks approach, and it looks like it is important in sense of kind of methodology of network analysis. Then there was a session, Networks and Knowledge Production, and me, Irina Pavlova, and also our colleague, I could not stop myself of including Natalia here, because we were really communicating so nicely during this time. So Natalia Matveyeva is our colleague from another lab, and she will, I think, introduce herself in a little bit more details. But Natalia is also working with Vladimir Batagil and Anushka Ferligo, and so that's why we kind of thought of each other as one group. And Natalia was also presenting her talk at the session of Networks and Knowledge Production. Then there was a session on social media and online networks. And I'm sorry I didn't write the name. It was Ilya Karpov who was presenting the topic on NLP and SNA. And we really would like that Ilya would have this talk here in the lab, probably not for 15 minutes, but a little bit longer. And it was really a very, very nice and enthusiastic and very lovely talk. And then also we had a poster session. And actually, for those of you who think that probably poster session is not something that, like, usually it's not a preferred option, right? Because you would like to have a presentation, oral presentation. But actually, what is nice in this Sunbelt conference and also EUSN conference, which of course also is organized in the same tradition. What is good is that actually there is a separate session for posters, like two hours, when people are coming to this session and they are just going there and they're looking at each poster. And of course, the presenters are staying nearby their posters, and they are just asking questions to them, and they're answering, and they're communicating a lot. And I think that it is much more energy consuming when you need to talk about your research for 2 hours. And we will ask our colleagues about their thoughts about it. So this is really nice to be at the poster session, and we had 4 posters at that session made by our analysts Stanislav Moiseev and Sergei Davidov, and also our scientific fellows Tamara Shiglova and again Ilya Karpov. So Ilya was super productive. He made 2 presentations during this session. During the conference. And yeah, I already told you, so now you can just see some pictures. So here is Anushka at her welcome speech, and also Vladimir Batagel talking about cores in multi-way networks. So I think that Vlado is always can visualize his thought in very nice, how to say, kind of very nice way. So here you can see a kind of core of apple. So if you will if you will take some pieces of apple, so then there would be a core. So this is something which is important. And now I guess that I wanted to, yeah, so now we have some group photos. Probably you have seen them already in some of our posts. We were trying to make pictures of all of us, but somehow usually there is at least -1 person there because somebody is making pictures. Yeah, and so you see the weather was really nice, and we were outside for the poster session, and so this is this right picture. And yeah, of course, we're trying to make some pictures close to the faculty, Fakulteta za družbene vede, as it is called in Slovenian. And yeah, that's the poster of the conference. But here you can see all of us. you can see everyone in all the pictures. Yeah, so now we are with the pictures of poster sessions. And actually here, so this was on the left, you can see a lot of people who are coming to the posters. And on the right, you can see our alumni of our MASNA program. I think he graduated in, I guess it was 2020 or 2021. I might be mistaken, but so yeah, you don't see his face, but this is Stepan Zaretsky. And Stepan graduated from our program, and then he went to PhD program to the University of Groningen, and it is really very, very nice that he managed to go to the supervision of Tom Snyders. So Tom Snyders is one of the kind of legends in the field of network analysis. He is developing this ergom modeling. So this is the network, the sphere of modeling in networks. So this is a little bit more advanced, let's say, as some usual descriptive analysis of networks. And so now he's preparing a PhD under the supervision of Tom Snyders. And yeah, this is really, really nice that he managed to be in that group. And so we kind of unexpectedly met him. Then I think I'm on the page of presentations, and I was intended to give the floor to the people who are shown here. And so you can see me, and then you can see Irina, but I think I will just show everyone, and then I will give floors to everyone, because probably you also have something to show on the screen. So this is our session on scientific network production, and here you can see Ilya, and it was on the left. It is a funny photo that there is somebody who was checking Ilya's personal page during his presentation. So it was an oral presentation, and then on the right you can see Ilya very happy, Ilya being very happy with his poster. And here you can see Sergei Davidov, and he was talking about network analysis of journalistic roles, which is, let's say, a bit not straightforward way of how you can use network analysis. And this is the project that we are working together. And I guess that quite soon we will be able to also make some presentation of this project. Now we are working on some, after going to EUSN, we just got some comments, and it would be nice to work on the comments and to make, to present the final results. And here you can see Tamara Chiglova talking about her PhD thesis, which is devoted to urban networks. And I guess that Tamara will talk about her research by herself. And Stanislav may say if talking about, not talking, but answering the questions about how to measure brands in online social media. And this is something that he is doing after his PhD. And this is a more applied project because it allows researchers to look at the brand's positions and to compare them in perceptions of the consumers. And so this can be this can be used for applied projects. And the last thing I wanted to say is that social part of the conference is really very important for the organizers and also for the participants. That's why special events are organized, that people are coming for some special hospitality suites in the evening. And it's basically a bar in the Faculty of Social Sciences. And there are some musicians singing, and also some, actually it is a kind of tradition that people are coming there and they are talking to each other. And this is totally good to come up to come to some person whom you don't know yet, and to present yourself and to talk a little bit and to ask some questions if this is a kind of well-known person and you just want to ask something, and to probably ask for some consultations or something like this. And everyone is supposed to be, but actually, I mean, this is the tradition that everyone is answering to everyone. And so this is very horizontal communication. And on the left, you can see us on the specially organized social dinner. And you can see Marian Tsugmas, and also on the left, and then Alia Zhiberna, who is also a colleague of our colleagues, and Annushka Feligoy is here in the center. And again, during this dinner, you are just supposed to talk to everyone and to make some connections. And I should say that I really worked hard to, as a broker, as a person who was trying just to connect people. And we actually made some very nice meetings, I think. So soon we are going to conduct some events, joint events, and so I do hope that it was really useful for our side, both sides actually. It should be win-win situation, right? Okay, so next thing, just last thing I wanted to say about is that next Sunbelt is supposed to be held in Edinburgh, and this would be in June 24 till June 30, so for 1 week. And I really motivate everyone, really everyone who is interested in network analysis, to come to this conference and to take part in it. And I think that sometimes we as young researchers, we might have a feeling that, okay, my research is not so well done yet. I can't go there and I can't talk to these stars of network analysis. But in this way, I should say that no, you should definitely go, and you should definitely present you should make your talk or your poster, you should present your research, you should meet people, and you should also present yourself to these stars, and this would be really very, very important, and it is important to start doing it as early as possible. So that's why as a head of the laboratory, I also motivate our young researchers to go to these conferences, all the conferences in network analysis and some associated ones, because this is something that should be done, and this should be useful. So with this, I think I was going to give the floor to other members, other participants of the conference, but at first I would just look and the names, gurus, yeah. Thank you very much for some clarifications. So now I think I will go, I will give the floor to Irina.
Yes, okay. I'm here. I will also share my impressions from the conference. Well, here is the title of my presentation. So probably I will start with some formal parts, some formal pieces of information, because here we applied for the conference and there were two options for the presentation. This was either normal oral presentation at the session, like session presentation, and poster presentation. So actually, I have written already in the chat my opinion about poster presentations, because quite commonly posters are seen as something as less time-consuming, effort-consuming, and something which could very easily allow you to attend the conference and not being present at the sessions. But actually, what is quite interesting, that poster session was arranged in such an inner yard of their university, so it was very nice and cozy and comfy. But at the same time, the poster session was very, very intensive. So that is true. And all the time which was devoted to this poster session, I would say all our presenters, they were working really hard, because they were presenting not for 15 minutes, for example, as we were doing the oral presentation, session presentation, but they had to speak up for 2 hours straight. And that is quite interesting, because all the people who attended the conference, they were very, very interested in all the posters. And it was not like some people with the posters, they were standing, being boring, and nobody was coming to ask questions. So that was not the case, actually. So I would say that poster session was absolutely similar in terms of devotion of time, efforts for the presentation as just normal oral sessions as me and Daria and Ilya participated in. So I was presenting this topic, Russian science in sociology, bibliometric analysis, and specifically international dimension. I have already done several talks at our summer school and scientific seminar. So for this presentation, there were some improvements and some advancements compared to our summer presentations. I think that we will talk about this topic during one of our scientific seminars during October or November session. So we'll go over in details. But here what I did, we presented some results of our work on quite an extensive data set, retrieved from Web of Science for all the disciplines. We split this data set in small subsets according to research category. And specifically, this presentation was devoted to analysis, bibliometric analysis of different types of networks, co-authorship, co-occurrence, co-citation networks for the discipline of sociology. For this presentation, we applied several software tools. So visualizations and analysis was done in specialized program was Viewer. So we also used R bibliometrics and biblioshiny for descriptive exploration of the data set. Data pre-processing was done in Python, and also a little bit of Pike was employed for this presentation to calculate collaborativeness index. So this is very brief, I would say, introduction into some instrument and tools application that was used for this rather, I would say, small topic. So here we have taken sociology only, but probably you may see how extensive the software tools were applied for this topic. I think I will not go over all the presentation because we'll have separate scientific seminars devoted for discussion of scientific results. So this is just very brief introduction and also probably an invitation to participate in our fall scientific seminars, Monday seminars. What I would like to say about their conference as well, and I probably already forgot this feeling of socializing and networking with people in reality, because personally for me, the last offline conference, like international conference with a lot of speakers and this normal way of communication, was in 2019. So it was a conference in Spain, and it was the last one, I think, before COVID. Yes, before 2020, when we all went online. And this is like 4 years later. Yes, this is truth. So that was in 2019, and here we are in 2023. And I believe that for many researchers, this is pretty much the same situation, because throughout pandemic, we had these events going in either online format in the first place, right? And after the restrictions, they were a little bit lessened. We moved to this hybrid format. But we all know pros and cons of online and hybrid format. You may present, you may participate, but you do not have this, even though many hybrid conferences organizers, they were trying to put some ideas how to generate and develop this format for this online networking, so people could come, meet, present in some virtual environment. But truly saying, it doesn't work the same ways as offline communication. So probably the first time in 4 years, it was my first like true offline conference where you come and just experience these feelings that you have almost forgotten, actually, because for online conferences and hybrid conferences, there is another con, I would say. So you participate, you present your results, but if you work in hybrid mode, you cannot devote all your time to the event. You all the time have some sort of distractions going on. So you have classes at the same time, you have meetings at the same time. So you cannot basically dive into the conference content. So I would sum up very briefly. So I was really happy to feel once again this feeling of being within the conference, because you can devote all your time and your attention to the content, and that is really important. So the conference gave, I would say, many ideas for us how probably to approach different projects, some new research ideas, how to start. For example, I was really impressed with one presentation, and before I had never thought in this way. So there was one pilot study from China where researcher tried to use social network analysis to see the role of universities in patenting activity. So he was, with his team, he was exploring patent activity within the industry and overall national innovation system landscape. And he tried to identify the role of universities in this knowledge generation activity. So actually, personally for me, this was like opening my eyes, because I never thought about, I would say, analyzing knowledge generation activities with such a methodology. So the conferences overall, they bring quite a lot of useful things. So you do not only share what you do and get some really important, valuable feedback, how to improve your study. So this is very important. But you also collect some ideas, and maybe it is not necessary to replicate some specific study that you heard about, but this will bring you some enlightenment, I would say, in terms of thinking about their research area and research fields, how to approach and how to generate some new interesting ideas to proceed with. So probably I will stop here, and I will just give the floor to someone else. So yes, I think the conference was very, very productive in many, many ways. So we brought with us not only contacts and some agreements to have some other meetings, but also some quite interesting ideas that we will explore within the lab. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I totally agree about this online and offline format. And moreover, when we were talking to Luca Kroninger, he said that they intentionally decided not to make this mixed format. So that really they said that, okay, enough is enough. You should come and just see everyone offline. And this, he said that it was very clever decision, and they were very happy about this decision, because he said that then part of the people would not come. They would prefer just not to make the trips and so on. And actually, there was at least one person who was not able to go because of COVID, actually. So it is still there. But what to do? We should just be careful and to keep in mind that something might happen. And so in this case, it is better not to go anywhere and to protect others. Okay, so Irina, thank you so much. And now I think I would invite to say some words to Natalia. Natalia Matveeva.
Yes. Sorry again for my camera disability. I try to switch on and switch off, but nothing. Frankly speaking, I say that EUSN conference, this is my favorite conference. I was in Mainz in 2019. Oh no, in 2017. Then I was in Zurich in 2019. But this year it was wonderful conference because mainly by friendly atmosphere which provide RNA, which provide your laboratory, and our colleagues from Ljubljana University. And why I love EUSN conference? Because it's a broad scope conference which covers very different topic, from methodology of SNA to some specific theme and applications of this methodology, and you always may find what you particularly interested in. And one more wonderful thing that as Irina mentioned, when you listen colleagues, and when you see what they present, you such as like as open eyes, open mind, and you thinking about new research, thinking about new ideas, and give lots of inspiration to create high quality research, and people who do not have this ability to participate in this conference, invite to look at the program of conference and to also inspire of this research of these topics, because it's a cutting edge research. And I will also add that Ljubljana is a wonderful city, and Blot Lakes was also wonderful. So thank you very much.
So thank you, Natalia. Natalia, thank you so much. And I think we would once also invite Natalia also to share the results of your study. On which
Yes,
you're
yes,
working
yes.
jointly with
I will
Vlado.
take it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's really very interesting one. And I agree that actually this conference, in comparison to Sunbelt, so this is a kind of cozy conference. So that it's not that huge, that sometimes at the Sunbelt you just cannot decide where to go, where not. I mean, because there are just so many sessions and so many days and so many everything. But here it was somehow done in such a way that it is still manageable to overview everything and to like choose which sessions, which presentations you're going to go for. And yeah, very done, very nice, and also very nice atmosphere. This community. Yes. Okay, thank you, Natalia. So now I think I will ask Tamara if she would like also to say something.
Yeah, hello everybody. I could not disagree with my colleagues about the nice offline format of the conference. It was really great to see people, to chat with them, and to be able to really participate in the conference, not just make your presentation and then get back to work on your laptop, but to attend sessions and participate in discussions. I cannot agree about the relaxed format. I mean, that you could cover everything, because I think it was 5 parallel sessions, and I have some obstacles deciding in which session I should go. Yeah, and I presented the poster session, which my colleagues already introduced, and told that this is a really nice format. I mean, you can just talk about your research with so many people. And I think that during this 2-hour poster session, I talked to 20 or something like that people and learn how to make this elevator speech about your research. So I presented some I would say primary work on my PhD thesis. There is no empirical part yet, only theoretical and methodological discussions. And I somehow discussed it with other participants. So during these 2 hours, I kind of told about it so many times and discussed different points. For instance, like data collection. People advised me, shared their experience, how they do it, and what problems I could face while I be doing analysis and data collection and so on and so forth. And yeah, I think that was really nice. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of things to work on, and I'm already trying to incorporate all these insights to my work. And also, I think we decided to share some insights, about the conference. I think I cannot tell about the whole research that other people presented, but I've heard one thing that actually very simple, but it changed the way I think about this concept. It's between a centrality, and somebody said that, and I think we in network analysis, we used to think that the higher between the centrality is good because the people, this human, this person who have high between the centrality, he or she somehow manage the field. He's the bridge, or she's the bridge, but it actually depends on the type of connection, and sometimes being this bridge is not very good because the person is not there and not here, so he or she is not a part of any group, and just somehow trying to be with everybody. So in these terms, this metrics, so network metrics can be harmful for the person. So that's my insight from the conference.
Yeah, thank you, Tamara. Great. So sometimes even some basic things which you just get used to think in one way. So when you kind of think about like hear about it from another angle, so it really change your mind even. Yeah. I think I didn't tell about my presentation. I can also share a little bit of it. So this is not that one, sorry. But this is actually the same thing that Irina just said, so that soon we are going to conduct, in this autumn, we are going to conduct a series of seminars. And of course, we will continue to talk about the structures of collaboration of scientific community of sociologists and other Russian scientists. And basically, I was presenting the comparison of data sets, of the results which we can get if we analyze just the data from e-library on sociologists, and then if we will cut the part of this Web of Science data on sociology, in Russian sociologists, but these are the publications published by Russians, and this is actually also the topic of my article that I'm preparing to this special issue of Sociology 4M journal. And I was very intensively working on this publication before going to the conference, and then I was able to present really the latest results that I got, and it's really always so nice that you come with something new, and that, for example, even Vladimir Batagel and Danushka Ferligoy, who just a second, Mark, who were there at the conference. I'm sorry, it looks like we will have to make the description of my presentation a little bit later. And so now I just, if somebody will take the floor, I would be very happy.
Yes, I may step in here. Since, yes, everyone, so hello once again. So we are going to have presentations planned for October and November, scientific seminars, laboratory seminars. So for now, I think everybody who wanted to present and talk a little bit about the conference and probably the most important insights, we are pretty much done here. If you have some questions, so please, you're welcome to ask those questions. If we don't have any question, I think we may wrap up today's meeting because this is quite a good timing. We presented everything as we planned, and we will announce our further seminars a little bit later. So if you have questions, please, you're welcome to ask your questions. Okay, so I believe that we covered everything we planned to cover. Therefore,
I'm sorry,
I think,
I'm sorry.
yes, Daria, so you are here,
Really
you're
sorry.
back.
Yeah, my son woke up and I had to go to him. I actually wanted to say that there is another person here who was intended to be at the conference, Aruna Radnaeva, Aruna Kim, actually. Somehow it is still written in another name. So unfortunately, Aruna didn't get visa at the proper time and she could not join us. But Aruna, probably you have something to say about it.
Yeah, after this seminar, I wish I could be there. It is very sad that I couldn't come, and because I had a presentation about my PhD topic about qualitative social network analysis, and also I could be the lead of the session about mixed methods. I think so. That's a very that was very, very sad when I realized that I cannot go there. So yeah.
Okay, next time we will be there. But one nice thing that we managed to do at least was that I came to that session and I was sitting basically in the session, and Aruna's presentation was intended to be the last in these 4 presentations in one time slot. And so some people were leaving, but some people were staying, and some people were coming to listen to Aruna's presentation. And I was just saying them, okay, I'm here. I know the presenter, and just if you are very much interested in her research, so just give me your contacts. I will give them to you, and you will. So she will send you the presentation, and she will somehow make a contact with you. So at least like this, I do hope that it will be useful, and so probably Aruna, you can also get something out of it.
Yeah, definitely, because you send those emails of some people who wanted to hear my presentation, and I wrote them, and they asked my publications, some materials, and it was very I don't know how to say, like you working hard for some time, and then you got your results, you publish paper, and that's it, and you feel like you're doing something all alone and nobody cares. But exactly in these conferences you meet other people and you realize that you are not alone. Something what you do actually it is, I don't know, meaningful for others also. So it was very, I don't know, glad.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, at least somehow you participated.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. So, dear colleagues, if there are no questions, so once again, I should just say that I think that now it's extremely important to take part in all these events, which are still possible, actually, if sometimes it can be a little bit more complicated with the documents, but I think this is something that can be managed. And so I think that we should really, if we would like to continue our collaboration with our colleagues, I think that actually we should try our best. And it is still possible. And I would say that everybody was so friendly and so nice to us. So I didn't get any feeling that something is not good here. So you understand what I have to talk about. And yeah, that's why I think that we should try and we should go. And there are still opportunities, and just we should take our chances. And to not to isolate ourselves by ourselves, let's say. Yeah. So there are many more conferences ahead. So let's let's keep them in mind and let's try to go there. Okay, so then I think we should stop the recording.
Yes, great.